Hello everyone and welcome back to the show. Last episode we talked about the 80s, but let's not waste any time and jump in. Let's go to the dope 90s. The advertisement was kind of risky in the 90s. It was riskier as in they showed a lot more lingerie and underwear and boxers and stuff that they didn't do a lot back in the 50s and 60s and 40s, even 30s. They didn't really show lingerie that often. But in the 1990s, they started slowly, it started off with Calvin Klein and him, taking a picture of their underwear. Or, their male the boxers for men. And then that kind of blew up. Then almost every single different type of lingerie or places that made bras and underwear and boxers for him and her. Whatever. They would take riskier pictures. That kind of set off a chain reaction of advertisers setting off stuff for not riskier people, but riskier content for the older people. They weren't targeting little kids that much anymore. They were slowly starting to target older audiences. And because of that kind of set a beauty standard for women across America of having that figure 8 glass shape and small tummy, big boobs, big butt. And it set a standard throughout America for women, saying that you need to look like this or no one else is going to love you. You need to look like a Victoria's Secret model, basically. And many people didn't really like that because it just putting pressure on women to look better than what they are and them constantly wearing makeup. But that's not the topic of today. The topic of today, the 90s, and advertisements, not of what advertisements kind of did to people back then. Well, kind of with advertisements and the economy and how that fun stuff happened. But yeah, okay, sorry, let's get back into it. And so, they would start showing more underwear shots and bras and other stuff. They wouldn't just show it on newspapers. They would show it on TV, on commercials, almost everywhere. When you would go shopping, there would be pictures of girls half naked with bras and underwear, and basically telling you, hey, you should buy your bras and underwear here, because that's what all girls do, because, they wear bras and underwear, basically. But advertisers took advantage, with the internet. I know that's kind of, just a quick jump, but advertisers took, when they started figuring out that the internet was actually kind of useful for them, and it wasn't such a risky and scary place, then they started taking advantage of the internet. They started putting more ads on there. They started putting everything on the internet. And people that started making games and other stuff for the internet, kind of Apple, the games they know now, Fortnite that's on the phone, mobile games, and Minecraft Pocket Edition. Sorry. But that stuff, advertisers took advantage of it and they used it to their best abilities. They put it on videos. They did everything that they could to sell their product on a place that was so new to everyone. They took a big risk, and they got a really big reward out of just jumping the boundaries and trying something new. It helped them out in the long run. Because if they didn't, then I feel like advertisements on YouTube wouldn't be as big anymore. People wouldn't be as so dependent on advertisers. Okay. And because of advertisers doing that, and then people using the internet to have games and websites, people made those. People made money off of said advertisement, getting paid to do put their advertisements on their websites or videos and that stuff. They got paid to do that. And so then they had to be their own little company and try to advertise to other people and say, oh yeah, you should go to my website because this, and this. It's a really good deal. And it was basically companies made tinier companies, basically. and like they would all make each other money, which was really good because, well, who doesn't want someone making money for you and them? It's just a win-win situation there. Okay, now let's go to 1990s economy. 1990s economy was actually really well. It was very strong economical-wise and with the growth and everything, and many strong people, well, not just strong, but like many people in general, had a nice steady job throughout the United States. And it was a very great year because of how economy thrived because of Clinton improving the economy by raising taxes higher and like blah 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 blah, but raising income taxes higher on early taxpayers. And this was just in the beginning part of his first term. He had many things come afterwards that would help him and the economy grow a lot more than what it is now. But it was a pretty good year for everyone because just the economy thrived more than ever, and many people had jobs compared to the Great Depression of where just like not enough money from World War I, and just that downfall, and people spending something cost $2, they would spend $1.40. They would spend more money on, like, they would give more money than they have. And that kind of, like, had the downfall to the Great Depression was that, and then the war was after this. But after Vietnam and, like, having that wait period to the 1990s of, like, the good 90s, the good, generation, this was a really good time for them because they weren't spending more than that they had. They spent a quite good deal of money, but it wasn't as much as they already have. As like, I know I keep on saying as much as they already have, but if something's $1, then they would pay $1. They wouldn't pay $1.50 or $2 for something that is the original price. They won't give up more money than they have, and that is what kind of shifts into the 2000s in general, of with people of like in the early 2000s at least, people saving up their money more and managing it better. But we'll start seeing a shift towards like 2020 and 2013 and that fun stuff. But with Clinton helping out and like raising taxes for early taxpayers and like have the rise of revenue and decline of heavy spending, also helped with NAFTA and many other things in the 90s that balanced out the government's budget of where it wasn't just all get me money. It was give me money and I will help other places, not just the US. I will help Africa. I'll help any other European countries that need help. I'll help people that actually need it. Because right now we're in such a good year that we don't need the money because so many people are spending money, but yet we are also gaining money to give out to the people and give out to other countries. Since it was such a good year, they didn't need all this money that they were getting from companies or getting from the taxpayers. They didn't need all of that, so they would give it off to different places, which was pretty smart in my eyes at least. Okay, oh my, well, look at the time. Our program is being cut short because, well, after this next episode, we're kind of getting canceled. Apparently, the Audible is saying that since we're not making it enough money for them, they can't pay us anymore to give you these amazing, just kind of not audio books, but more like talk show type things of where we give our opinions and we make you, the listeners, think about it. But since we're not getting paid enough and Audible wants more money out of it so then they can pay their taxes and give back to the government, our next episode's going to be our last one. So, like always, I hope